y'all, we come with 5 disturbing true stories with photos included, bro. Listen, today is January 9th, bro. That means tomorrow is my birthday, bro. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Like, I'm finna be 21, bro. That shit is insane. But before we even get into the video, bro, I just want to tell y'all, bro, I'm grateful, I'm thankful. My birthday wish, though, is to be more consistent, my nigga. I have to be more consistent with this shit, bro. Cause like I really want this shit to work out, and I'm putting effort in each and every day. And I just want to take it to another level this year. But I want to thank y'all for all the love and support, man. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Welcome new people, new subscribers. Let's get to it. What the fuck? What was that? Transformer, my nigga? What the fuck?
I grew up in a small town in central Arkansas.
What's
Every deer season around November, my family and I would go to our hunting cabin near Mena, Arkansas. My great-grandpa built the cabin in 1984. It was a nice cabin for the time. It's slightly outdated now, but it worked fine for my family and friends and I. 2 years ago, my friends Austin and Cody went with me to the cabin in late October for a pre-season hunt called muzzleload hunting. We were scouting an area about a mile from the cabin looking for any signs of deer because we were considering putting a stand near the spot. After splitting up and wandering around trying to find an area with the best lines of sight for a stand, I came across a pile of rocks in the woods. After closer inspection, I realized it was a grave.
Shit, my nigga, fuck no. That shit scared the fuck out of me. My nigga, what the... Let me turn this shit down. Boy, what the fuck? What, bro? See, watching these videos be have me on edge, bro. I feel like now that I've gotten older, my nigga, like I've realized how fucked up the world is. Like, see, let me lock in. Let me put the hoodie on. I feel more secure with my hoodie.
Belonging to a man named
Okay, let me lock in. Shut up.
We were not bothered, more interested than anything. We snapped a couple pics, and after finding a decent spot for a stand, we headed back to the cabin.
Okay.
Cody tried doing some research to find anything out about Ed Crane, but he didn't come up with a whole lot. Fast forward 3 weeks, we're back at the cabin for the official modern gun season. This time it's just Austin and I. We were sitting in the cabin discussing where we should go for opening day, and I decided I would try out the stand we had previously put up during muzzle loading season. Austin went about 1.5 miles the other direction towards a small lake off the property to hunt.
You betting me?
I left the cabin around 4:45 a.m. because I had about 1.5 miles walk and wanted plenty of time to walk slow and get to the stand before daylight.
What the hell is that?
This isn't a national forest and you cannot drive any vehicles into the hunting trails. We split up at the end of the road, me going left towards the stand and Austin going the opposite direction. It was a normal walk for the most part. I've been in these woods since I was 9 years old, and a mile walk was nothing out of the ordinary.
I guess.
I finished my walk and approached the stand, trying to be quiet as to not scare any deer that are bedding in the area. As the sun slowly started to rise, I couldn't help but keep looking over to my right to see the grave we had previously found.
Turn this shit the fuck down.
It was around 30 yards from where I was sitting, and it was thinly buried in surrounding brush. There was just enough light to make out the mound of rocks through the leaves. I saw something move out of the left side corner of my vision. This was not frightening at all. I'm completely used to movement early in the morning while hunting. If anything, this was exciting. I turned fully to the left, but I could not locate what I was looking at. There was no movement.
Nigga, you didn't think it was a bear?
At that time, I heard, "Hey,"
What the?
in an almost whisper scream
I would've
coming
shot
from
his ass.
behind me. This made me physically jump so hard that I shook the stand.
What the
I
fuck?
flung my head around backwards, but there was nothing there that I could make out. After turning on my headlamp and panning my surrounding area for at least 5 to 6 minutes,
Cap.
I took out my hand radio. While shaking, I radioed to Austin asking if he was near me. I got no response. I continued calling in on the radio, while looking back and forth for the next 20 minutes.
Oh shit.
Daylight was approaching, and after chalking it up to being in my head, I finally started to calm down. The sun rose up over the trees, burning off the thin layer of fog that was covering the woods. This is around 7 a.m. now. I had almost forgotten about the incident when I heard it again. This time, "Hey Caleb." It was in the same whisper type scream as before.
What the fuck?
This time it was enough. I grabbed my bag and gun so fast. I accidentally left the hand radio in the seat beside me in the stand.
Wow.
I climbed down the ladder so fast I almost slipped off. I hit the ground and speed walked all the way back to the cabin, peering over my back every 10 to 20.
See, I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Listen. I would be more curious. Like, who the fuck is you, my nigga? Like, you know my name. So to be honest, bro, I think this nigga's familiar with me. Because nigga, who are you?
20 steps.
Because how you know my name?
I opened the cabin door, and Austin was nowhere to be seen. He was still hunting. When Austin finally did return to the cabin, he was confused. He kept asking if that was me screaming into the radio. I explained to him my experience, and I explained I never screamed. His radio was clipped to his belt while he was standing in the doorway, trying to make sense of what had happened.
It's time to go.
And as we were talking about it, his radio started making this incoherent screeching sound. Not a static sound. It sounded organic, like some kind of animal was making it. We listened intently and sat the radio right beside us for the rest of the day.
Leave.
It never happened again. We came back later that week with our other friend Cody.
Leave.
I looked for my radio in the stand and on the ground around it. It was nowhere to be found.
What the
Needless to say, we no longer hunt in that spot. We don't even hunt anywhere in that direction past the gate. It was the weirdest, most unexplainable experience of my life.
Bro, not gonna lie, bro. Let me be completely transparent with y'all niggas, bro. Bro, y'all would think people are like more friendly, more like, bro, niggas don't care about people alive. Like, I don't know what it was, bro. Growing up, bro, I thought people just cared as much as nigga, they don't. Nigga, they don't care if you live or you die. Some people will watch you die. Nigga, what? Bro, see, you gotta move carefully out here, bro. And like, y'all think that's probably going for like the streets, or whatever.
It's time for bed.
That bitch scared the fuck out of. Oh my god. See, bro. See, see, I'm just gonna start the video. See, look, see, no. What the fuck? No. I'm gonna shut up.
It was a cold December night. I was hanging out with a few friends, Todd and Tristan. We were bored and had nothing to do.
Bruh.
So one of us came up with the idea of going to the nearby train station platform to take some pictures and goof off. The platform isn't far from our houses. When we got there, we started taking pictures of the liminal space we found ourselves in.
What the fuck is that getting me, bro? Why the fuck is this shit keep getting me, bro? It's this bitch, bro. This nigga don't even look scary, my nigga. Why am I keep jumping, my nigga? This nigga's like fucking 250. Bro, I think it's cause my fucking Alexa just went off and it scared the shit out of me, my nigga. She talking about, it's time for bed, like, nigga, leave me alone, bro. Oh my god, bro, I can't wait till this video get over with. What the
After
fuck?
hanging out there for a little while, it started getting even colder and we were hungry. So we started to head to our car. The path back takes us on a long footbridge across a canal.
Jesus Christ.
We spent some time on the bridge joking around and taking more pictures. The mood could not have been better. The cold was getting to us, so we started back on our way again. The bridge was not wide enough for the three of us to walk side to side. I was walking in front, Todd and Tristan behind me. We were joking and chatting as we walked. Tristan said something funny, and I turned, still walking and laughing at what he said, when I noticed a man walking just feet behind Tristan. He looked to be in his late 30s. His face was dirty, and he was wearing a black and white plaid shirt and ball cap. His arms were down at his sides. In one hand was a cigarette, and in the other was a large kitchen knife, clear as day. My blood ran cold when I saw it. I quickly spun back around, pretending I hadn't seen him. For some reason, I thought that was the best thing to do. My fight or flight kicked in, and I found...
Y'all be acting so fucking stupid. Like, bro said, I spun back around acting like I didn't see anything because I thought it was the best thing to do. I'm like, Tristan, it's time to fucking go. 3... Nigga, Tristan talking about, and Tristan's like, what's happening? 3, 2, 1, run. Go. Nigga, I'm going, bro. Bro, I'm not explaining myself, bro. You got one chance with me, bro. The moment I see you on some fuckery, my nigga, it's time to go. But that's how y'all end up fucking dead, bro. You got to go. Y'all can't be over here playing like, I should sit for 30 more steps. You're gonna keep walking. No, bro, it's time to go. Bro, it's on time here, my nigga. What?
I found myself speed walking to the end of the bridge. I hoped that my friends would catch on and match my pace.
What?
I glanced back at them to check. Thankfully, they were right on my tail. But the man was too. He was now so close that an outsider would have thought he was part of our group.
Nah, stupid.
He stepped off the bridge and took a path going to the right. My friends still having no idea the man was even back there.
Tell them.
Fearing I was about to need to defend myself, I held my tripod up like an axe. The man seemed to get the memo and took the path to the left.
Mm.
We walked a little bit further before I pointed him out to Todd. I gave him a quick rundown of the situation we almost found ourselves in. Walking backwards, we watched the man disappear into the darkness, and we hurried back to the car. We drove to the nearest gas station where we got food and talked it over. The whole situation was just a weird story, up until a few days ago when I was checking the pictures I had taken that night. This picture shows Todd under a light on the station platform. But just beyond the light, almost behind a freight car, is the silhouette of the man.
Okay.
The picture was taken at least 30 minutes before the situation on the bridge, meaning he was watching us.
What the fuck? This nigga can't be. It can't, bruh. This nigga got the most skinniest legs I ever seen in my fucking life. This nigga must be Victor Wembanyama. My nigga, what the fuck?
Waiting for us to put the cameras down and turn our backs.
This nigga is nasty as hell.
You hear stories of things like this happening, but you never expect it to happen to you. You still get chills thinking about how differently it could have gone.
Shit, you would have been good. Alright, y'all, I'm prepared for a picture now, but I'm ready for the click. Okay, we ready, y'all. We ready.
My husband was in the military, and after we got married, we bought a house in a small town in North Carolina.
Okay, click.
Despite being considered a military town, it really was not a safe area to be in. One night, we even heard gunshots down the street from us. But anyway, because of his job, he was gone for training operations often. And he also worked nights when he wasn't having to travel. This meant I was home alone most of the time. At the time of this story, I was in college full-time, so I was able to fill my days with lots of studying and homework to pass the time he wasn't home.
Makes sense.
One night when I was writing an essay, I was laying in bed with our dog Simba, and we both heard what sounded like rustling coming from above our heads. Simba started barking and growling, which is unusual for him. He's a pit bull mix, and despite people thinking they're scary dogs, he is a huge baby and had never acted like this before.
That nigga's not a baby. That's
I
a
thought it was
man.
mice, so I texted my husband and he agreed. He told me he'd call pest control the following day so I wouldn't have to worry about laying bait and traps myself.
Okay.
2 days later, pest control came and did what I thought was a thorough inspection of the house. There was some evidence of mice and roaches in the attic, so he laid some baits and also sealed some entry points in our home. However, over the next week, the rustling kept getting worse and worse, and was always at nighttime. And every time I would hear it, Simba would freak out, and at one point his hair was literally standing up on his back. This started to really freak me out, so when I called my husband after this happened, he assured me that it was the mice and they were just freaking Simba out. Later that night, just as I was about to fall asleep, I thought I heard footsteps from above. But since my dog didn't hear it, I thought I was just psyching myself out. Being home alone so often, I did have some anxiety, especially at nighttime, because I didn't feel safe without my husband home.
Makes sense.
The next day, I slept in pretty late and had woken up with a fever, so I wasn't feeling great.
Nigga, this is the most clean garage I've ever seen in my damn life, bro. Nigga, I wish, boy. What the hell? Nigga, this shit so damn clean, boy. What the fuck? Nigga, I lick the floor, nigga. That's how damn shit. What the? Do I even park here? I don't even see like tire marks, man. Nigga, this shit so damn clean. Y'all must sweep the floor, sweep every goddamn. But what?
I got up to let Simba
I respect
outside.
it. I respect it.
The layout of the house was odd. You had to go into the garage to open the backyard door, and the entrance to the attic was right above it. As I was walking to the door, I felt like I was going to vomit. Not because I was sick, but because the door had a huge dirty handprint on it and a bunch of smudges from the inside. Someone had been in there. I assumed someone had broken in through the garage in the middle of the night, so I took a picture of the door and called the police. I texted my husband to tell him what was going on while I waited for the police, but unfortunately he couldn't respond until later due to work. The police came in just a few minutes since their station was right down the street. I showed them the handprints and how I couldn't understand how someone broke in because I would have heard the garage door opening. Then I realized that maybe the rustling I was hearing wasn't mice, and that the footstep I heard was actually a person. I told this to the police, and they immediately checked the attic. It turned out, some guy who lived with his family down the street from us was a meth addict, and he had been avoiding staying at his family's house. And so he had snuck into our garage
To
when
my
I was gone
house?
one day, and had been living up there for a little over a week.
Why am I?
Somehow pest control had missed him, because he was hiding behind a bunch of boxes.
That wouldn't fucking make sense.
Apparently the inspector was not as thorough as I had hoped.
Oh God, like what?
Our Ring security system never even picked the guy up on camera entering our home.
Wow.
So he must have entered another way. Thankfully, we no longer live in that house or area, and despite this happening a few years ago, I still get scared being home alone at night for any amount of time. I'm just thankful nobody got hurt.
Bro, ain't no mother. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. Let me catch this nigga in my house, bro. That nigga is getting sent to the Lord quickly, swiftly, my nigga. Like, bro, like, cause like, why you listen. Cause I'm assuming this is a big neighborhood. So why my house? You walk past at least about 5 houses to get to my house, nigga. Why did you choose mine, nigga? What the? See, bro, stuff like that made me so mad, bro. Like, nigga, why mine?
The year was 2006. I had moved into a house with my college friend Steven and his friend Heather.
Okay.
I worked overnight at a radio station a few times a week. To keep my body regulated, I kept the same schedule on my nights off, which means I was up all night with way too much time on my hands. Something I liked to do super late or past midnight was to stroll through a graveyard near my house. I usually brought a...
Nigga, whatever's finna happen to you deserve it, my nigga. Bro, what the do you mean? Oh yeah, man, it's late at night. I got nothing to do, bro. So you know what I'm finna do, bro? I'm finna just roam the graveyard, bro. Like some of y'all, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. If y'all do this shit, bro, it's supposed to happen, my nigga. Bro, it's like me throwing a lob, and I know somebody's behind me, and then I'm like, oh, why did you catch it? Why did you dunk it? Nigga, it don't make sense, my nigga. I literally threw it up for somebody to catch it. Bro, you literally giving these niggas a live. Like, you are walking lick. You out there in the graveyard, dark as hell. Bro, no, bro. No, I have no sympathy for you, my nigga. There's no sympathy.
Camera and the tape recorder to see if I could catch anything strange.
Why?
I did this a few times and did capture a few
watch
photos
videos
that showed
like my dumb ass.
activity,
What are you doing?
including a strange mass of color near a bench. One night, driving back home, I listened to the playback of the cassette tape in my car of what I had just recorded. On the tape, I had asked if there was anyone here with us, even though I was the only one there. A weird, exhausted voice replied with a simple no, as if to say we were the only ones there. When I heard this, I had just about driven off the road. I had chills and became terrified. I know this was the point of what I was
Nigga, why? Bro, it don't make sense. Niggas talking about you're scared, bro. How are you scared when you... Bro, I don't understand y'all niggas. I don't understand y'all niggas. Bro, how do you go looking for some weird shit, and then when some weird shit happens, oh my god, what? I'm shaking my boots. Nigga, what? That doesn't make sense, bro. What are you talking about?
But I guess I didn't know how to react if I had actually caught something.
The fuck?
When I came home, I woke up my roommate to seek some comfort. He was less than empathetic and told me not to bring that crap in the house.
Oh god, shut up.
Shortly after this incident, things got weird. One night in my room, I was watching videos on my computer when the decorative leaves I had on the wall started swinging back and forth as if they had just been smacked by something. Another night, I had come home after purchasing some things at the store. I was in my room, and I had left a plastic bag from the store on the floor. As I was lying in bed, the bag started making a crackling sound like crumpling a bag with your hands. I looked at the bag. It was just sitting there. It kept making this sound, and soon enough started moving and hopping across the floor all by itself. I jumped up, stood on my bed, and called my roommate on the phone who was upstairs. I told them to come downstairs to my room ASAP.
No.
As soon as I got off the phone, the bag immediately stopped moving and making noises.
Oh god.
My roommate thought I was crazy when I told him what happened.
Cause why should I help?
I took the bag outside and checked for what he thought might have been a mouse or something in the bag, but no such thing was found. I also had one of my worst recurring nightmares in that room. I've had a recurring nightmare since I was a kid, where I feel like my eyes are being forced shut into sleep.
What the hell?
It happens after I wake up or before I fall asleep. My teeth always start chattering, and I can barely make any audible speech to tell it to go away. I have never known what this was. The times this has happened to me, a few unpleasant things with it. One time I felt hands grabbing at me. Another time I saw a horrifying face in the closet.
Bro.
One night in the room, I began drifting off into sleep early, and in between being awake and being asleep, this thing started up again. It was very weak at first, and I taunted it, saying, "Is that the best you can do?" But it became powerful and hard to fight. It felt like 30 full seconds of not being able to get out of this powerful force. I couldn't move, and I felt like my body was being spun around, even though it wasn't. Finally, it stopped. I don't know if this is some sort of sleep paralysis, or if what was happening in the room had anything to do with it. Early one morning at 5 a.m., what sounded like huge footsteps walking through somewhere in our place shook the whole house. Everyone was asleep except for me, of course lying in bed. It couldn't have been Steven upstairs, he was never this loud. We lived near a military base, so maybe it was from that. But the way the loud booming stomps moved in succession was like some giant person walking through. All these things were confusing and mysterious, but it wasn't until one night when I snapped a picture of the three of us in the living room that my roommate and I knew that we had a presence.
I'm ready for the clip.
We were having a party. What you're looking at is me taking a picture of us in the living room with our giant mirror on the wall. I was holding my camera as still as I could, yet there seems to be activity all around us. I have no idea what those weird strings of lights are to the right of the lamp. I have nothing that would give off any kind of light like that in the house. To the right of that, there seems to be a strange mass of light imitating a figure, but the weirdest of all is the rising mass of yellow light coming between Steven and I, which looks to have eyes, a face, and a sinister smile.
Nigga, where?
Maybe that yellow was a reflection from our kitchen light, but there's a lot of it. I've also tried retaking the same picture, and those yellow lights don't come up anymore. I don't know if something from the cemetery had followed me home, or if there was already a presence before we moved in. What I told you was the worst of it. And about 10 months later, we moved out of that house, not telling any future tenant or renter about it.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like, how you gonna go looking for something, and then when you go get it, you act like, bro, like, I don't understand y'all niggas, bro. I don't understand y'all. Like, how do you go look for something, and then when you receive what you've been looking for, you acting spooky? Like, what the... Bro, see, this is why I could look. This is why God is not like I don't understand. Like, if I was God, bro, I'd be pissed too. Bro, what are y'all talking about? Like, bro, you asked for blessings, I gave you blessings. You asked to find something spooky, I gave you something spooky. Nigga, what do you want from me, my nigga? What? Like, makes sense. Like, bro, why am I mad at you?
A friend of mine, who I'll call John, was 27 at the time. And his former buddy, who I'll call Rich, was around the same age.
Where am I?
Rich was a very daring man, if you will. John at the time was struggling with life decisions and had very little friends. Rich and John belonged to a hobby group of people who are interested in fire alarms, exit signs, and other life safety equipment.
Okay.
Kind of an unusual hobby, but they're out there. Rich had a problem with going into abandoned buildings and stealing these devices and often bringing them home, adding them to his collection or otherwise selling them on eBay.
Okay.
While John didn't think it was right, he was desperate for a friend and went along with him on his adventure. But this adventure very well became a nightmare for John. On November 18th, 2019, they settled off for a trip to Gary, Indiana. And if you don't know Gary, it's not the safest place on the planet.
That's his actual name, Gary?
The trip would entail staying at a hotel in the nearby town of Hammond
abandoned.
And heading into several abandoned schools so Rich could basically steal old and oftentimes rare life safety equipment. It was going well for them until November 20th. This day at approximately 7 at night, John and Rich went to the abandoned Horace S. Norton Elementary School at 1356 Harrison Boulevard. They started making their way through the first floor. The doors were wide open, and I mean wide open. The building smelled like sewage, skunk, and shit all mixed together. They made their way to the north end wing of the building.
Bro, stop with these damn clicks, my nigga. Chill.
Again, John and I are against that, but John was desperate for a friend. As they made their way down to the south side of the building, they entered the cafeteria. It was pitch black, except for the beam of their flashlights.
Yeah, I'm turning this shit down.
And there was some graffiti, desks, and books scattered. You know, the typical abandoned building scenes. John was taking pictures throughout. After the cafeteria, they made their way to the gym. Little did John know his life was about to change forever. John noticed a trail of blood with his flashlight, and out of curiosity decided to follow it.
Why?
What it led to was quite disturbing. A 27-year-old female laid there dead in a pool of blood. It was gruesome as hell. Her arms were up, with her hands in the shape of a dinosaur, as John put it. Just the way John described the scene to me made me lose sleep for a couple nights. John screamed and ran into Rich, and Rich whispered, "Shh, they may hear us." John was shaken up and showed Rich the body, to which he said, "Just don't say anything to anybody, and we'll pretend this never happened."
What the
They left immediately, but obviously shaking. As soon as they got back to the hotel, John called the police. Sure enough, the woman had been missing for 2 days prior. It didn't take long for the police to track down a text conversation between the woman, who was now identified as 27-year-old Adriana Saucedo, and her murderer. She was planning to buy some weed and an iPhone, apparently, and the suspects had intended to rob her. The robbery went wrong, and they ended up killing her.
Dang.
Not before dragging her body into the gym of the elementary school and casually dumping it there just a day before John and Rich went there.
Wow.
Sure enough, it didn't take long for the police to track down the teen murderer and put him in custody. The teen also turned in 2 others as well. All of these kids were charged as adults. The story...
Bro, these niggas not kids, bro. I'm like, bro, this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Niggas don't care about niggas' lives, bro. Like, bro, I feel like, I don't know, bro. Like, as long as I got a voice on, like, period, like, I'm gonna try to use this to, like, speak positivity into the world, bro. Because there's so much negativity, bro. Like, to do this to somebody and not even think about it, to not even question it, bro, is what I'm talking about. Like, that's a problem. Like, do we not see that as a problem, my nigga? Like, that's a problem. To me, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Like, we do stuff to each other and not even sometimes have remorse or even think. Like, we are I ain't gonna say we, but some people are just so they just think like this. Like, oh, they made me mad, so I'm gonna do this. They did this, so I'm gonna do this. Like, nigga, take a step back and think, my nigga. That you throwing your life away. You taking somebody, bro. I don't know, bro. It's sad, bro. It's just sad, cause it's like I feel like we could easily avoid stuff like this, my nigga. But hey, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all boys and girls. Thanks for we out. Bye.